Hey guys, welcome back to the Scorching Hot Takes podcast. And before this episode begins, I've got to throw out a little disclaimer.
Oh.
This video might not be for everyone. We're discussing a very niche band. So
if you're not into, funny guy.
If you're not into exploring niche music, this video might not be for you. But we like discovering some underground material.
Well, this is just quite a niche band. Just four average fellows from the Merseyside area. Sam, who are we doing?
The freaking fantastic Fabuloso 4.
Echo and the Bunnymen.
Oh, bro! Oh, I always try and start on a good foot, so we start
We have described them so far.
It's the Beatles!
The Beatles!
And it's our top 5 albums.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles. That was my Sullivan impression.
Yeah, good impression. We're very excited for this one. Obviously, Beatles, one of the biggest bands of all time. Not a band me and Max actually discussed that much off camera, so we're very excited to see where our tastes lie with this one. So very excited, both of us. And I will just say before we get into this, some initial thoughts.
Yep.
In the past, I've made comments suggesting that I think the Beatles are slightly overrated, and I'm just going to say, I take that back. Giving an active listen to all their material has been very rewarding.
Good.
And I've got a lot out of it, and I now take that back. I think they overshadow some really good stuff at the time, but that's on you as a listener. You've got to dig and find it.
I've very much enjoyed this week in preparation for this video.
It's been a good one.
I've been mostly doing albums running on a morning. That's been when I've listened. Through Hyde Park. Enjoyable. In the trees. Lots of scribbles about.
Lovely.
Fits the mood.
Yeah, it actually does fit the mood for like quite a lot of the Beatles material. So yeah, you look nice and ready. Do you want to kick us off with your number 5?
My number 5
Oh,
is the White Album.
Okay.
I have given it a 9.3.
Oh, we're starting off high. This might be one of Max's most generous episodes, and validly so.
Now, I will say, as much as I still think it's an amazing album, I think a lot of people would probably put it a bit higher than 5th place. A lot would say it's their best album.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think I'm not usually a massive fan of double albums or just albums that are super long. And it's the same here. Don't get me wrong. There is some incredible songs on here. Some of the best. Let's try not to talk too much about songs because of... we'll do the top 10 video.
The week after this one, the top 10 Beatles songs for both me and Max will be coming out on the channel. Yeah. So definitely check that out as well if you're a massive Beatles fan. It should be
what we do is we record them in a row, which is what we don't wear. We don't like wear the same clothes every day. We just record
we record them back to back, but they come out weekly to keep us going.
But yeah, we'll try not to discuss too much about songs, but we know what the hits are really.
Yeah, but to me as well, like one thing I'll say, I'm fine discussing some of the songs because my top, like it was so hard to make the top 10 songs. We both discussed this off camera.
Yeah.
The songs list was much harder than the albums for me. So I can actually discuss some highlights because they've not made my top 10.
Well, I'm going to as well.
Yeah. So if I say like 3 highlights, you're not going to know maybe if one of them makes it or if all 3.
Okay, I'll name some
then.
Yeah. Obviously, back in the USSR, as an intro, wow. Glass Onion for me is a slightly underrated one.
Fair enough.
Dear Prudence, personal favourite of mine.
Yeah.
While My Guitar Gently Weeps, obviously.
Yeah.
Blackbird, of course. Skelter.
I'd say, of course, as well for that one. That shouldn't be like any hesitation.
But yeah, there is just incredible songs on here. But my problem is, I think it's just slightly blurted. Well, I think there's just some parts of here that, don't get me wrong, still great songs. Song for song, a very good album. But there is songs on here where I just feel like, for me, if you cut the fat off this and it was I think this could be a 15-track album and it'd be much better.
I agree.
You could cut off about half. Is it about a 30-track album?
I don't know. I know it's about an hour and a half. Because...
Oh, yeah, I think it probably is about 30 tracks.
Yeah, so...
But what's that one about... is it like about a pie or something? Like just little interludes like that, which the Beatles often do. And it's fine to have 1 or 2 in an album, but there's points in this where I feel like I've had a few in a row now. I just want a banger. I want an anthem now.
Wild Honey Pie, for reference.
Wild Honey Pie, yeah.
Yeah, that's written down as a weakness for me.
I was thinking Butter Pie,
well.
but that's like a Ram song. Or a Ram song that says that anyway. That's, I think, all I have to say for that.
Still starting off strong with a 9.3, so I don't think people can take that too far the wrong way. I'm starting a little bit...
By the way, can I just interrupt? We were saying, we recorded some shorts after this as well, before this. and we were saying it's fine. I am now absolutely boiling. You fully jinxed it.
Yeah, it's 30 degrees in Leeds today where we're recording, and we've had a run. The last couple of weeks we've been back in Leeds doing a bit of recording. I'm not sure in what order these will be released, but in any video that we're sweating and complaining about how warm it is, in one of our other videos, the camera literally overheated. So, I mean, that says it all. So we might start sweating a little bit. Nothing we can do. Am I all right to go on to...
Yeah, you can.
So I'm going down in the rating a little bit. It's an 8 out of 10.
Right, okay.
It's a great album.
Which album? You've not said which album?
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm hyping it up. I'm building the tension.
You're not really hyping it by giving it an 8, but...
Yeah, but you keep butting in.
Sorry.
And this was actually, of all my placements, the hardest to make.
Okay.
It's between this and A Hard Day's Night, and it's Rubber Soul. It's coming in number 5. I think it's a great album. And the defining factor for this making it into my top 5, the song In My Life, is top tier Beatles song, always been one of my favourites.
Yeah.
I love the nostalgic songwriting on that song.
Agreed.
And that song in particular, after revisiting this last week, made me realise I think that one of my favourite songwriting styles and topics is nostalgia, memory, and reflection. That sort of stuff I just find really interesting. It's always quite relatable.
Actually,
it's always quite relatable. Like it's in your own way, even if someone's talking about it from their own experience. I always find it quite easy to sort of take that message how I would like. Massive turning point for them as well, where they move from like their pop styles a bit more complex and introspective songwriting. Other highlights as well: Drive My Car, great funky upbeat opener. Love how that starts off the album. And Norwegian Wood, I really like the creativity in that one. Go on.
Murakami, Norwegian Wood.
Nice. This is one of many examples where the Eastern influences are coming in. We've got the sitar-driven track.
Yeah.
And I will go on to talk about it a bit more because they use like the tambora and stuff in other albums, which I will pick up on. This is a style of Beatles track which I think can be very polarizing because maybe it just doesn't feel as at home for people because it's a little bit more, it's influenced by a different culture. But I actually really like that a bit more because I like music that takes me a bit on a journey, takes me out of my comfort zone. And I just love that influence coming together.
Hey, come together reference.
That was no pun intended, but I'm slick with it. But because it is kind of like a turning point album, I feel like it's slightly stuck in transition. I feel like the experimentation on later albums like Revolver and Sgt. Pepper's, to me, are much more interesting in the full capacity of that style.
Yeah.
And there's also just a few tracks that are just fine and a little bit forgettable on here, like What Goes On and Run For Your Life. They're just run-of-the-mill Beatles tracks. They're not bad tracks. They're great songs, but that's why it comes in at an 8 overall.
Okay.
But for the most part, great material, and it is like an important album for them. So had to make my top 5, but 8 out of 10. I don't think this one's like all too special for me.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, that is very interesting because...
What are you doing on your phone? You normally got your notes written down in your little book.
Oh, I've got both.
Oh, right. You doubled up today.
I'm also refreshing track list memory just because I don't want to like forget anything or whatever.
Yeah, you don't want to be forgetting any wild honey pies out there, do you?
My number 4 is Rubber Soul.
Yeah.
It's just slightly better than the White Album. I've given it a 9.4.
Okay, tell me why.
Ain't nothing but...
Why are you singing that today?
Because you said tell me why. Also, not been singing that, I was singing something else earlier.
Yeah, I know. That's a blooper from me. Maybe the heat's getting to me already.
There is just some of the Beatles' best stuff on here. In My Life, obviously. I won't talk too much about that because you already have. Norwegian Wood is a personal favourite of mine, 100%.
Good.
Drive My Car, not my favourite, but still a very good song. Nowhere Man, a personal favourite. And maybe an underrated one a little bit, Michelle.
See, that's probably like bottom half of the track list for me. But but again, it's still coming in at a great song. But fair enough.
And Wait as well. Wait is a great song. I just think I like the sound and the sound in this album. It's got like a good crossroads between. It's still very pop songy. Yeah. It's moving in psychedelia, and it kind of makes in a very, very folkish way, which I really like.
Yeah, understandable
it's
for you.
I feel like it's very acoustic at times, which I enjoy the Beatles when they're very acoustic. I enjoy other parts of the Beatles as well, but I like this. I think it's a well packaged album. I think it's concise. I don't think there's much fat on it. I think it gets to the point. I think it, in an interesting one, Brian Wilson. Before Pet Sounds came out, they heard Rubber Soul.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously the concept album and the whole idea of all that and everything was already a thing, but his main thing that he loved about it so much was that it felt complete. Yeah. Before that in music, other than like a few concept albums and stuff, a lot of stuff was just a record with loads of songs on it.
Yeah, exactly.
He said that this was the first album that he heard where he thought that all fits together perfectly. And I completely agree with him. It's a perfectly flowing album.
Well, you like the pacing on it?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. That's fair enough. I don't really disagree. I just think it comes down to maybe our personal taste with just like in general music.
That folky sound usually isn't as much your thing as mine.
Exactly. And psychedelic rock is, which is why we will be seeing that sort of stuff come up later. However, we're actually not going there. We're going for one of the more stripped back albums now at number 4 for me, the White Album, and I've given it an 8.5.
Okay.
I think it's a very strong, great album.
I'm surprised you're being so harsh.
Well, we'll see. I have to be honestly critical about it.
Yeah, of course.
But this is still like a great album. And this is my thing. It might come down to sort of, as I'll get on to explain, it comes down to just my personal listening habits with music. But let me start with the positives, because there are plenty. Covers so many genres. And that's what I love. Like, even though it's so long, it keeps you hooked throughout because there's such a wide range, such on rock, folk, blues, avant-garde, reggae, country, and more. And then obviously Helter Skelter, one of the first official, like, what is regarded to be a metal song.
Yeah.
They're touching on so much stuff, and the highs are so high. We agree on most of them that you mentioned. Dear Prudence, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, Helter Skelter, Blackbird. I could go on. There are many on here. So it keeps me hooked throughout. Like, there are certain low points, but I'm still hooked for the overall album experience. Yeah. So it is still a great album to me. But what I will say is because of like the different styles, and because a lot of this album was worked on separately. The band members worked together. It was often recorded separately as well, I believe. There's a lack of cohesion, and that's where it comes into my personal listening habits for music. Yep. I like an album that I can listen to front to back, like you were sort of suggesting. No fat. It's just all gold. Yeah. And for me, with a few of the lower points, like Wild Honey Pie, my bad, Revolution 9 as well. A song like Revolution 9 it's experimental, but I'd almost wish that came out on like a special edition or something in retrospect.
If I was going to, that's an idea of something to do, to remake the White Album for how I would like it. I would keep Revolution 9 in it, because I don't mind a couple of them short interlude songs like Her Majesty on Abbey Road, like ones like that are fine if there's a couple. And I don't mind a Revolution 9, an experimental number. That's fine, as long as the rest of it is then all amazing song, amazing song, amazing song, amazing song, amazing song. I don't mind it.
That's fair enough. For me...
So I'd keep that in if I was going to...
Really? Because for me, the Beatles, for the time, one of the most experimental outfits out there, and brought that experimentation to pop music.
Yeah.
I don't think this is their best effort at it. Not saying that you are saying it, but I think this is one that you could leave on the chopping board. You could... My idea for this, like, I think that ultimately, the White Album would be an amazing, near on perfect album if you had it as a single album. Maybe coming in at 50 minutes, even an hour. I don't know if I would cut half the track list. I think there's enough highs to keep it going. It just comes down to my personal listening habits. And also, kind of as you said, this is the case with me and double albums as well. But something, for example, that we've already spoke about, The Wall. I think The Wall is a better double album because at least there's like a concept and a through narrative, and there's like transitions between songs. This is just like a compilation of incredible stuff and some stuff that's not quite as good. So it doesn't really feel almost as justified to be together as an album like The Wall, which is why I think The Wall has a slight edge on it. But it is still an incredibly great album, and you will definitely be seeing a couple of tracks in my top 10 songs because the highs are high.
Okay. Is it my number 3 now?
We are.
Yes.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it is.
Now, we spoke, and we always do this, because we when we're getting ready to record videos and stuff, we're not allowed to talk about, we're obviously not allowed to tell each other, so it's always like a surprise to us.
Yep.
But we always said, like, what do you think I'm going to go and everything? And Sam said that he didn't think that the more, some of the more psychedelic stuff and conceptual stuff would be in there. He said that Sgt. Pepper's won't be in there. Sgt. Pepper's is my number 3.
All right, good.
Oh, sorry. Sgt. Pepper Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Come on, got to give it the full title. I'm really glad to see that.
Why did you think that it wouldn't be in there? Is it the sound, or is it the fact that it's a concept album?
Nothing to do with the concept album, because you're not against them. So that wasn't it. It was more, I think, especially like the middle of the album, it's a lot less immediate.
Well, to be fair, my least favourite areas on here are probably Fixing a Hole, She's Leaving Home, Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite.
Yeah, Being for the Benefit.
However, I like the 2 Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band title track things.
Yeah, and the reprise. Yeah.
I love Paul McCartney when he does a bit more of a rock and roll, a bit more of an aggressive voice. I love it when he does that voice. A Day in the Life. I'll say no more.
Thank you.
When I'm 64, I kind of like just a light-hearted, jolly Beatles one every now and again. Especially, I think that's a good, but main thing for me, with a little help from my friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, Getting Better, incredible 3-track run.
Yeah.
So,
well, look, and the opening track as well. There you go. You got
4-track run technically, yeah. But yeah, I think it's an incredible album. There is still some slight weaknesses, but I have given it a 9.7. So we're
Jeez, are we getting a perfect album today? My guess is no. I think this could be a 9.9 though.
Okay.
And you're gonna like nitpick at something, which is fair enough because I'm always nitpicking as well. Yeah, I'm happy that it is in here. Mm-hmm. I think, like I was kind of just saying before, I think, and as you've kind of pointed out as your weaknesses, some of the tracks are a little bit less immediate. Yep. They kind of allow you to fall into them, which sometimes isn't necessarily your favourite style. Which is why I maybe thought it wouldn't be in your top 5, but I'm very glad to see it here. Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to work out, there is something that's missing from the top 5, because I think we had this conversation before.
There is an album that should be in here.
And it's going to be, they're going to both, wait, no, that's actually ridiculous. Let me just carry on, because I don't even want to think about that. I was going to start having heart palpitations. We're matching. Number 3, Sgt. Pepper's. I think it's an amazing album. I've given it a bang on slap 9 out of 10. So we're increasing by 0.5 each time so far. Mm-hmm. Keeping it nice and even. And I do think there is that equal sort of jump in between the placements that I've spoke about so far. This one, groundbreaking production. How was this made and released in 1967?
67, incredible year for albums.
Yeah, facts.
Two of them above me.
Yeah, facts. One of the best. This is one of the best psychedelic rock albums, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I love the unique style that it goes for. It's a studio masterpiece, and they push the boundaries of pop music, of what pop music could be. Yeah. And also, with advanced recording techniques and effects as well. Like, that's probably one of the main things that stands out for me in this, which is why it's a lot more up my street. I like that psychedelic rock. I like it when it's a bit more transportative and otherworldly. And I think this is probably the Beatles, as well as a couple of others, most otherworldly album.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do like as well that it's helped bring the concept album format to popular music, and helped shape the idea of like albums as cohesive artistic statements.
Yeah.
And that has resulted in a lot of my favourites of all time. So I have to acknowledge that here. Mm-hmm. Looking at all of Pink Floyd's catalogue, looking at Genesis, looking at Kendrick Lamar, looking at Marvin Gaye, so on, so on. Some of my favourite albums of all time, and what I highly regard, do come as a result of this. Sgt. Pepper's bringing that format to popular music.
Yeah.
And it features some classics on here. Classics, like, with a little help from my friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, A Day in the Life, absolute standouts for me, top tier Beatles tracks. And as I was saying about my love for the Eastern influences on here, Within You, Without You. Incredible, and it's a bit of a polarizing one. George Harrison track here, and I love the use of the tambora. It allows it makes me feel like I'm in a desert. Mm-hmm. Makes me feel like I'm in a desert, and just like, but like an otherworldly desert, maybe like a desert on Mars.
Well, it makes me feel like I'm in India.
Yeah, but I almost, no, but that's not what I'm saying. I actually feel like it's like otherworldly though.
Yeah,
India feels almost too at home, which is obviously ridiculous to say. I've never even been to India. But I feel like
never even been near it.
Yeah, I know. I've never even been to Asia. So, yeah, but I feel like I'm on like a desert in Mars or something.
I know what you mean.
But with that being said, the reason it's not perfect, because a lot of people say this is a 10 on 10 album. Mm-hmm. and this might be, in my opinion, the Beatles' most overrated album, even though it's still amazing.
Yeah.
Because I think as much as it is a concept album, that almost seems to be more of a framing device as an actual through narrative.
Yeah.
A lot of the songs don't even tie in with the concept. So like the Sgt. Pepper's theme doesn't like truly connect on most of the songs. And also, not all the tracks on there are strong. A couple of weaknesses for me, being for the benefit of Mr. Kite. And I don't really like When I'm 64. Again, it's a great song, but like it's lower half of the track list for sure. But ultimately, an amazing album, such an important one, deserves to be a classic for a reason.
Yeah.
9 out of 10. Now we're in dangerous territory. What are you doing at number 2?
My number 2.
Okay, this is the hot take.
I don't know if it is. Because if this is a hot take, I can back it. Magical Mystery Tour.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'll let you talk about it. I don't know that it's that much of a hot take.
Well, this has some of their best songs in it, easily.
But the A half is some of their like the standards just seem so low on the first half.
No, see, I disagree.
No, that's my thing. The A half is just not great. And the thing is, I absolutely agree. B half, incredible, but they're already released singles, so it doesn't feel like the album to me. That's just my personal opinion. It might just be me sort of looking at it. I know what you're saying,
but if I'm just looking at it as the album, Magical Mystery Tour, I like the intro in a similar way as that I like the themes and it's like, okay, I can't speak. In the same way that I like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band self-titled track. It just works. It's good for an intro. Fine. Fool on the Hill, beautiful. Love that song.
Passable to me.
Flying, an interesting one, but I like that it's just got like weird baritone opera.
See,
I find it really endearing.
Good word. Good vocab.
Blue Jay Way, incredible song. When I listened to it, I thought, this is the most Kevin Parker thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
I absolutely agree, yeah.
Your Mother Should Know, incredible song. I'm the Walrus, ridiculously incredible song.
Well, yeah, now you get into the good stuff.
But even if you talk about the A half and B half, I don't know where it would split in half, but I assume Your Mother Should Know onwards is very good in your mind. So that's only the first 4 songs then of 11.
Which is quite important in an album experience. And it's not
just
that.
I think they keep the standard genuinely that high. But talking about the second half, yeah. Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus, Strawberry Fields Forever.
Yeah.
Won't say too much. Penny Lane, same thing. Baby You're a Rich Man, not quite as good. Maybe one of the weaker ones on there for me. All You Need Is Love. I mean, come on, what a track list.
I mean, I agree with the B half, but the previously released singles.
I'm surprised you don't. Well, yeah, but
that's what I mean, right? So Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields Forever were released before Sgt. Pepper's. If they would be better suited to Sgt. Pepper's, I think. And
well, yeah, but to be fair, Magical Mystery Tour does feel. I mean, I suppose it kind of is just like a follow up to Sgt.
Well, it's
Pepper's.
also for the accompanying film.
Yeah. However, I just think if forgetting the history and like actual timeline and everything, if I'm looking at it as just an album with songs on it, I think this has got a slight edge.
What rating did you give it?
9.8. It's 0.1 higher.
See, I just don't think the A half even warrants even like any of the other placements in my top 5. So Rubber Soul even at 5th. Like, there's not songs on the first half of Magical Mystery Tour that I'm putting over many tracks on even Rubber Soul. Obviously, there's like a couple, but
you're making it sound like it's got a big. There's 4 songs that you're talking about.
Yeah, and it starts the album. That's
yeah, no, but you're saying
passable tracks.
Yeah, but the way you just said it made it sound. You just said, I can't remember what you said now, but you said something about like forget about it anyway.
I wouldn't put any of the 4 tracks on the Magical Mystery Tour over many on Rubber Soul, if any. Maybe like a couple of the weaknesses,
right?
But because I'll speak about it a little bit, just because it wasn't in my top 5. I do get where you're coming from. It's just when I look at it, it's what, like 30 something minutes. It's not too long.
It's 11 tracks. I think it probably will.
It's a pretty concise
maybe
one.
Like
and if you've got 4 tracks if you've got 4 tracks that are misses for me on a concise album, I know this is just where we disagree.
I understand. that I'm not in the majority here because they don't.
Well, no, I don't know. I think Magical Mystery Tour, a lot of people do like it for the same reason that you've got that collection of so many great singles. And I might be overhating the A half, but for me, like I was just sort of saying, with such a concise album like that, there is no room for one miss. Never mind 4 in my books.
Okay.
The second half can't make up for it. That's why it doesn't land here.
Okay.
That would be close, but that coming in maybe like my 7th because I think A Hard Day's Night is better than Magical Mystery Tour as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Is that all you said? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
butted in a little bit.
You can do your number 2 now.
Here we go. Wait, hang on. So there's my number 2. One of them isn't even in yours, which is absolutely obscene. That's where the hot take is. What's missing is the hot take. Jeez. Okay.
I'll speak about that in a bit.
Yeah, that's crazy. Revolver, number 2 for me. 9.5. Absolutely amazing album. Love the innovation and experimentation on here. I'm just choking. Love the recording techniques with use of like tape loops and the backwards guitar and I'm Only Sleeping.
Yeah.
And the automated double tracking as well. Just, again, so ahead of its time. The fact this is 1966 blows my mind. I love the experimentation because for someone like me, I listen to a lot of music. When it's a little bit run-of-the-mill or a familiar sound, it's quite easy for me to tune out and it can be quite forgettable. Absolutely not the case with here. I'm hooked from start to finish. And again, seamlessly blends multiple genres. You've got rock, psychedelia, and then Indian classical, again on Love You Too. I just love the use of the tambura. It's insane. And as well, I like the...
Tomorrow Never Knows as well. Or is that City?
No, that is as well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. I love the lyrical evolution as well on this one. It gets a bit more like philosophical, which I quite like. A bit more socially aware as well, I think, as some of the stuff that predates this.
It's not just about cars and girls anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I do, and that's what I quite like. That's the sort of stuff that's a little bit more forgettable to me, as I was kind of just mentioning. And it's tight and it's focused. 14 strong tracks, no misses. There is a couple that are slightly low, which is why I can't put it as a 10 out of 10 perfect album.
Yeah.
Maybe something like Dr. Robert, I still think it's a great track, but it's not, I can't look at that and say that's a top tier Beatles song for me. Like I've got to be somewhat harsh here, but it is the creative peak, I'd say, in terms of like experimentation, as I was mentioning.
Yeah.
And where they fully embrace like the studio as an instrument. That's what I really like. Classics on here, Eleanor Rigby, Here, There and Everywhere, Tomorrow Never Knows, and intro. Taxman. I absolutely love that song. Yeah, bass line is incredible. And also on the 2022 remaster, which is what I've been revisiting through, those kicks are so ferocious. That almost could be something like an 80s hip hop track.
Yeah.
The kicks are just booming. I love it. And also my only other nitpick that holds it down slightly, and this is a bit sort of contradictory because the Beatles are so good at making concise pop bangers that they very rarely ever need to extend 2-3 minutes. But the longest song on here is about 3 minutes. I kind of wish that there was maybe 1 or 2 cuts that are just a little bit more developed, especially with the experimental sound. They could have made some stuff like that is quite like an immersive linear journey or something that I'd have then be ranking this maybe as a flawless album. So that's what I have to say. It is definitely their second best, and I think it's often top 2 or top 3. I think a lot of people would consider it there, and I think for the right reasons for me. But is it going to be this, or is it going to be my number 1 that isn't here?
Wait, so what do you think I've got at number 1?
Revolver.
Correct.
So no Abbey Road.
No Abbey Road. I'll get to that.
That is ridiculous.
I'll get to that.
No, that's actually bonkers.
But
go on.
Revolver.
You're going perfect. No, I don't think you're going perfect.
10 out of 10.
Oh, perfect.
So what albums have I read? I mean, forget about my scales, but it's I think
only Dark Side that you've officially said on here, and then To Pimp a Butterfly, but you've went back on that. So
well, I also said Unknown Pleasures and Closer as well. Anyway, but
whatever.
I think this might be. No, it's not actually. It's definitely top 3 albums of the 60s.
No, I agree. But what are you putting ahead of it? What else is coming to mind? I want to know.
I'd put...
Are they up there?
Both of them.
Revolver,
to be fair,
is clear of both of them.
It's not better than the Velvet Underground and Nico. It could maybe overtake the Doors self-titled, but do you actually think Revolver's better than the Velvet Underground and Nico?
That should come as a surprise because I don't even like love that album as much as you for starters, which is quite understandable. Yeah. But even as much as other people that highly rate it.
Yeah, fair. Well, anyway, Revolver. First of all, length and pacing, it is just like perfect for me.
That's fair enough.
I like we've said before, 35, 40 minutes, maybe 45, fine. 14 songs, between 8 and 14, depending on the length of them. I know what you mean about maybe these songs are a bit shorter, but I actually like it because I feel like it means that we get to pack a lot of the different... Bear in mind, it's a very experimental album. Because the songs are shorter, it allows it to go into different directions. If it had been, say, an 8-track album, and they didn't go to as many places and have songs like Tomorrow Never Knows, which is an experimental personal favourite of mine, then maybe it wouldn't be quite as good of an album. Track for track, I think this is genuinely perfect. Yes, there are ones that I slightly prefer because they're just personal favourites of mine and make me feel a certain way. For example, Yes, Taxman, Eleanor Rigby. Do you know about the weird mystery behind Eleanor Rigby, by the way?
I probably don't, because obviously I'm not the biggest Beatles fan, so I might not
have. Paul, when he wrote it, was saying it was about just lonely old ladies that he'd met throughout his life and everything, and they were working with an actress called Ellen or something, so he thought, oh, that's a nice name. And he knew when he was thinking he wanted it to be Eleanor, so he was trying to find a 2-syllable thing, and I can't remember where they were, but there was a shop that they drove past called Rigby's, and he went, oh, Eleanor Rigby. However, it wasn't until the 80s that someone noticed in, I think it's St. James's, the church where the Quarrymen did the gig where Paul and John met.
Right.
There is a grave to someone called Eleanor Rigby, who died...
Stuff like that that's just mind-boggling.
To the day, a year before John was born. Weird.
Yeah, that sort of stuff is always really interesting. Thanks for the fact.
I'm Only Sleeping, just as good. Love to You, bit more of a... It's not as much of a one where I'm like taken aback. It's not like a... Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't have every song... We've spoken about this before. You can't have a song where every song is a Taxman, every song is an Eleanor Rigby, every song is a Got to Get You Into My Life, another personal favourite of mine. The horns and the structure of that song. And again, Paul's rock and roll voice.
Yeah.
It's really something. Good Day Sunshine. Dr. Robert, again, it's going in different directions. Some of them are more impressive and outlandish than others. Some of them are a bit more, as much as it's an experimental album, a bit more typical Beatles songwriting. But I am fine with that. As much as there are ones that I think are maybe slightly better, I don't think they're slightly better. I think I just prefer some to others, which is why I've given it a 10. Because if there's any differences in song, I just think, it's not because it's actually better. I think all of these are on a par with each other. All of these songs are perfect. I just have personal favourites, and for that reason, I've given it a 10.
Fair enough. It's not often you get to bring out a 10, so I'm very happy to see it.
And I didn't expect that I was going to give it a 10. I knew that I'd have it very high, but I didn't expect a 10.
Do you know what this conversation reminds me of? When I ranked In Rainbows as a 10, your thing was there's no way that you prefer or Faustarp is on the same level as, say, like a Body Snatchers or obviously the highlights on there. Yeah. But you're kind of using my reasoning, which is... One sec, let me finish. Okay. Faustarp isn't a song that I necessarily would go to put on, but it fits the album perfectly. I think that's what you're sort of suggesting for Revolver. No, it's not,
because I've spoken about the In Rainbows thing before, and I've also said, on an In Rainbows, not every song can be a Body Snatchers. You have to have maybe like a slower cut, a more low-key one, like a Faustarp, but the reason it's not a 10 is because it's not done perfectly.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about just the discussion that we had, because I know you don't rate it as highly as I do, but I do think it's done perfectly.
Yeah, the way you think of it is the same as I think of this.
Yeah, that's why it reminded me. But No Abbey Road, I think you got to speak about it, because it's my number one. I'm going to put it out there. It's my number one. So, but you say why it's not here for you.
I actually think it's fairly overrated.
No. For what reasons? Because have you written some reasons as to why? It
hasn't clicked. No, I haven't, but I'm just going to speak about it now. I'm just going to look at the track list as well.
When you look at the track list, surely it's a no-brainer that it's insane. That's the thing. Like, looking at the track list to me is just like, that is one of the best.
My thing is, and this is actually, it's my fault, I don't like Come Together that much.
Oh!
It's a good song, but I don't think it's deserving of being one of their best.
Oh, no. I think one of the things with that...
I think it's a little... It just doesn't... it's just, I don't find it super like, it's not enthralling to me.
Well, I think that because it is being played quite a lot, I'm not saying for you, because obviously you've done your deep dive, but I think a lot of its magic is lost because people just kind of, it comes on and you're not really deep in it because you're so familiar with it. I find it structurally really interesting. The drumming's interesting, the little shoop, really interesting.
Yeah, it is an interesting song, but for me, it's not emotionally doing anything for me. As much as I'm thinking, oh, this is like an interesting composition, other than that, it's really not doing much.
I like John's description of the character as well. I like that.
Yeah, but you get that from many other Beatles songs. It's not a standout for me. There is a lot of characters in, like an Eleanor Rigby.
Come Together's better than Eleanor Rigby in my books, personally.
However, highlight-wise, Something is one of the best Beatles songs. But other than that...
So is most of the track list, though.
Maxwell Silverhammer. My name's Maxwell, so I like that. Oh, Darling, a good one. Octopus's Garden. Yeah. Here Comes the Sun. No,
Careful!
No, I'm not done.
Tread lightly!
Good. No, that is a good song, but I'm not joking. Other than that, Golden Slumbers is a good one. But other than that, like towards the middle and the end, I Want You, She's So Heavy.
Insane. No!
I don't like it that much.
Oh, we were doing so well, and now you've ruined the whole video.
Because You Never Give Me Your Money, Sun King, Mean Mr. Mustard, Polythene Pam, She Came In Through the Bathroom Window.
You're just talking through about the medley though now. They're not going to be as complete as the first half.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
the
but
point.
I don't like that.
It's a sweet.
Much.
Oh no, I love that. Can I talk about it? Why it's my number one?
And also Her Majesty. It's like fine, but like it's just a bit pointless.
And that's one of the reasons as why I don't have it as perfect. But I've given Abbey Road a 9.8.
She's a pretty nice girl.
9.8. So, what would you rank it off the top of your head right now?
It'd be probably about an 8.7 or something like that.
Okay.
But also, it might I don't know if it would even be 6th.
Oh,
I might put Hard Day's Night over it. Maybe even Help.
This has got to be rage.
Maybe even Help. No, because I wouldn't. I don't. There's no point in me. I don't want backlash. No, I want people to like me. But I can't lie.
I think our friendship's over after this one. Like, as much as I'm not even the biggest Beatles fan, that is obscene to me. I feel like I've said obscene so many times.
I understand that is, but I don't. It's not. The thing is as well though. It's not just that I think, oh, this isn't for me as much. I genuinely just don't think it is as good as some of the other stuff.
Oh, no chance. No chance.
That the middle bit, I understand what they were going for, but I just don't really like it.
No, that is legendary. One of the best structural decisions of any album.
One of the
ever.
most interesting. I don't mean it's one of the best. I'm just the thing is,
in my opinion, the quality matches it as well. In my opinion. Anyway, my number one is Abbey Road. It should be in top 3 in my opinion. I think it is. The production is insane. I think this is one of the best recorded.
It sounds good.
I think it's one of the best recorded and produced albums of all time. Mm-hmm. It's oddly timeless. It feels of its time, but yet still very much current.
Yeah.
It's the best, most sonically refined album. George Martin's production, obviously, shout out to him. He is massively crucial in all of the Beatles' career. Yeah. But for Abbey Road in particular, the medley is insane. It's legendary. Went from You Never Give Me Your Money through to the end. It's just a masterclass in songcraft and cohesion to me. Like an absolute masterclass. I'm a sucker for a transition, but I just love the momentum. And I like how it comes in like side B. So you've got kind of your more classic big hits of Abbey Road in the first half, looking at Come Together. Something, Here Comes so many. Could mention most of the first half, to be honest. Yeah, but you could mention so many. Obviously, I'm not going to list the whole track list because...
No, that's what I mean. I'm saying there's 3.
Well, bro, we disagree. You can keep whining all you want. But for me, when I listen to the first half, it's like listening to a greatest hits album for me.
Okay.
I think this is the best musicianship as a whole. I think you've got some of Paul's best bass lines, some of George's best guitar work, and Ringo's only drum solo. I've hated on Ringo before, but I do enjoy his drum solo on the end.
Something that you need to do just to understand how good of a drummer is. You know, we talk about, I've been watching Get Back.
Yeah.
When you watch it, you will just understand.
Oh, well, I understand that now anyway. In the past, surface level, I was just hating for no reason. Definitely changed my mind on that.
Good.
Probably George's best album as well. in terms of you've got Something and Here Comes the Sun, which are both top tier George songs.
I think Revolvers is best.
No, the second place for me would be White Album.
Well, we'll get to it when we get to songs.
Yeah, I know. And despite the internal tensions, it does sound unified. It's like that one last hurrah for the Beatles.
Yeah.
I genuinely like the only fault, and I'm literally nitpicking, is on Oh Darling, for whatever reason, I think it comes in about 129, could be completely wrong, I think that's just off memory. One of Paul's bass notes just comes in second late. Maybe because he's screaming so crazy on that song anyway.
I like stuff like that.
When I look at it, and there is a couple of other songs like Maxwell Silverhammer, Octopus's Garden, I'd
like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. I love Ringo so much.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. It's an amazing song, but to me, is it a Here Comes the Sun? Is it I Want You? Like,
Ringo's the best Beatle.
Bro. Now you are rage bait because I know you don't mean that. But yeah, for me, it's incredible, and I love how it's structured. I love the medley. One of the best curation choices for album sequencing ever of all time, and that's crazy.
That's fair.
But yeah, 9.8. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to say,
so
just nitpicking, is
the police department.
There is a couple of songs that I just can't say are absolutely flawless. They come near to it, but that's why it's coming in as a 9.8. And just kind of to round this all off, one of my favourite artists that we've already spoke about on the podcast is Tame Impala.
Yeah.
So clear as to where his influences came from. I think he does it tastefully. And maybe just because I've kind of grown up with listening to it.
You can definitely hear a Beatles song and a Tame Impala song and easily tell the difference.
Yeah.
You can just hear influence.
It's been really nice to see where it's all came from. Definitely. And just for so much other stuff, because obviously Beatles probably the most influential band of all time. Okay. Whatever. I think so anyway. You can just hear bits of all of my favourites everywhere from literally from so many different angles as well. I've thoroughly enjoyed my listening. Abbey Road is an album that I'm now going... Well, I mean, Abbey Road, Revolver. Mm-hmm. I kind of did listen to Sgt. Pepper's a bit before as well anyway. Obviously, I've listened to all the Beatles material, but now these two, especially for the next short while, are going to be mainstays in my rotation because they've just got so much replay value. I absolutely love them. I am disappointed about the Abbey Road pick. I don't know how. I just don't know how.
Did you not expect it a little bit? Did you not think that I would?
No, because I would have thought that you prefer that to Sgt. Pepper's 100%. No. That's crazy.
It's the sound. I don't find Abbey Road that exciting. Whereas Sgt. Pepper's is exciting. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great, like music. Whereas like Abbey Road just got a couple of like nice songs that are obviously very successful and like, but something is the best song on there for me. Come Together, I understand, is a good song. It just hasn't clicked with me. I'm not going to say that that's a bad song because it isn't. It just doesn't click with me. But other than that, it's the rest of it. It's all perfectly fine, but I just don't think it's Beatles standout.
Nah, completely disagree.
Genuinely, other than Something, there is very few areas on the rest of the album that compete with anything on Revolver.
I'd say that the whole thing competes. Obviously, there are a couple of songs, a few songs on Revolver that I do prefer, with it only being 0.3 of a rating below.
Yeah.
But to say that is crystal clear is absolutely ridiculous. I'd say. I think you're digging a hole at this point.
Well, I'll stand in it.
That has really shocked me, though. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd have thought, like I keep saying, Sgt. Pepper's would have been the one.
What did you think my order was going to be?
Oh, I couldn't work it out.
Did you think Abbey Road was going to be in there?
I thought would be in there, 100%.
When I said yesterday that like I've got bad, like there's something in there that's going to get me.
I thought it would be Sgt. Pepper's, because I think that is their most overrated, though. I feel like you'd get more... Actually, you might not get... You'd probably just get backlash either way.
Yeah, I do.
Deserving. Give him some backlash, because that take is horrible. That is hot.
Are we done?
Yeah, I know we have to talk about the songs, but I'm just...
I know, but
I'm a little bit worried now, because if, like, Something's maybe the only thing that's going to be appearing, I think you're sleeping on some of their best material.
Well, we'll find out. And you'll find out next week.
Yeah, come back.
Yeah. See you next week. Turn your post notifications on so you don't miss it. And while you're there, click the big red button. and the thumbs up or thumbs down, and leave a comment and share to everyone you know, and be back here next week so you can see that there is not going to be any songs from Abbey Road in my top 10 songs.
Terrible.
Oh, will there? You'll have to come back and find out. Ooh, jazz hands. Say bye.
Thanks very much for watching. I'm probably as disappointed as you guys are. But we'll see next week if he can redeem himself. Yeah. See you later. Goodbye.
Bye.